market. Yeah, some very interesting point of the financial space like I see, and yeah, having a look what it's meaning about. Bitcoin already shows you what it is thinking about all of us. No, just kidding. I would say let's go straight into the facts, and all over I will show you around this episode what I'm going to do for the moment, what's the point. Like you already know, in the last episodes I already talked about we are in a summer break, and this is what is happening. Everyone, or mainly all investors, most of them at least, are on vacations, want to enjoy time with the families. Their kids are not in school, so this means the time isn't there to be actively in an investment. This means you take off to be not in a risky way, to be in the safe zone at least. So you will be mainly around in stable coins at least, or very early projects where you're thinking they're very good for a long time invest. So, and now I would say let's start straight into it. CoinGecko, our friendly gecko who's talking about the coins, is showing us some very rare things, especially all over the whole crypto space. The market cap is shrinking, like you see, minus 7.4% in the last 24 hours. Yeah, well, the last hours were kindly very bloody. This is nothing bad, this is something we already know. And most of the investors or traders or YouTubers especially, and Twitter influencers already talked about that it's very possible that Bitcoin is able to go below the 25k. That's even to what I'm talking about. This is the point. It's not possible to jump in a time where no one has the time to be actively on the trades. That's the point why it's happening like this. But something that I want to tell you, Tether, well, is one of the stable coins. So it's one of the safest havens where you can be in for the moment. I prefer much more USDC at least. Why? Because I think it has the bigger future out of it. Why? Just doing some research, it's just more trustful to me, and it has not that bad times in the bag as it already is with Tether. So I'm much more trustful on USDC coin. What is happening now? Dogecoin went down massively. It's the most popular meme coin so far. It already shows what will happen with the meme coin when the FOMO is over. Will it recover? Well, it's very possible that it will be, but not for the next 1 month, I would say. So the next 5-6 weeks there will be just a flat out so far, if you want. So Ethereum also since the last 2 months it's in a back run, so you will be able to see that this will keep going further. A shortly downtrend will happen more and more and more from time to time. This is normal. Why is it? I already told. Most big investors are already in vacation. Their kids are not in school. Even if you're grandparents, you want to join time with the family, drive with them in vacations and so on. This is what is happening now. This is normal. This is kindly every year. And August is at least one of the more bad times for being a positive investor. That's just the game. But no worries, in September we will see a very nice comeback, I think. So most investors in crypto space, especially around Bitcoin, are already talking about end of this summer it will hit 100k. Of course, this is very possible. You already saw what's happening, what happened already at the first quarter of this year, 2021. Bitcoin showed already what it's possible to do. Ethereum showed. Binance definitely showed up what it's happening if it wants. And Dogecoin even too. And yeah, kindly all of these big coins showed what they're able to do in a very short term. So now we have kindly the start of the third quarter. So at least I would say there are 2 more quarters where big things are able to happen. And I think that will be, at least it will recover to all-time high, I think. But like I told, till August, end of August, there will nothing big going to happen with this big project and this much supported projects. So now the point is what to do. What to do for the moment. I will show you. My point is that I am loading up my bags on these coins for now. Let's start with the first ones. BIDAO is, to me, one of the most interesting projects out in this market. What is happening? It dipped below this massive bottom, but I think it will not stay very long below this point. Why? Because this is a very perfect point to enter for people who trust in this project massively. Of course, I'm one of these believers. This project has a massive potential of gaining absolutely out of everything, but it is a really big project, so it takes its time. It needs the time to grow. They already got some public testnet for Binance Smart Chain. Try it, use it, you will see it's a very interesting project. It's a good idea so far. It's working pretty well, and there you are able to see how fast it's able to grow when it gets adapted and it goes to mainnet. Of course, it takes time, like I told. This is a pretty big project so far. BIDAO chain so is definitely, or at least if they get it out into the market this year, it will be one of the biggest projects. So I think the possibility to be in the top 50 is definitely there. So it's not really hard to get there for a project like this. It only needs to find adaptation, and with mainnet they will also do some real big promotions so far, like I heard already. Like you see, there is a new point. Looks like the owner can mint new tokens. The owner may have renounced. This is nothing really bad about it, because we already know. If you really have a kindly knowledge about this project, so you will be able to know that these ones will be. Go there, join them. The discussion over the last hours is mainly about these ones, because they're not that much experienced people about crypto space and about especially BIDAO. We're kindly afraid. This is nothing bad about when this is clear and pretty much announced, so they updated back on DEXT tools. You will be able to see how this came back into its average range. So it will be around the 2 cent at least, and will stay there till mainnet of Binance Smart Chain is out. And when the mainnet all over is out, it will go crazy at least. So the updates are from time to time, so you will be able, if you go into their announcements channel, you will be able to see what's happening all around there, and you will see public testnet, how it's working, and so on. Very nice, a very good thing, and at least you can see everything there. And now let's go to the next one, HODL. HODL, like you already can see, it's constantly in a grow mood. It's definitely on the way forward. It looks very strong so far. Why is it? Because if you're looking for selling this coin, it works easily as it needs to be, but keep in mind you will be rewarded with every transaction that will happen, and there is a burning rate also. So keep in mind, it's better to stay in this project, because it will drift the price into a very curvy upwalk. So it could be that in a very soon time it will look like a massively candle in the hourly charts, and I don't think you wanna miss this. That's all I need to say about this project. And the next ones, KISHU. I put this in my watch list because I think I will hop on into the next couple of days, because it looks very strong to me about what they're doing. They work in the background, they're doing pretty much and pretty well so far. So I think these ones will recover and bring some very big positivity and some strength into the space. Why do I think so? Look at their diluted market cap, the total liquidity, their news. Don't forget to follow them on Twitter and being updated on their Telegram groups, because they're very, very active. This is kind of crazy, and like you see with TENSHI, this is the second token which is for the KISHU, the project. So they're still keep going forward and doing and performing. So it looks very nice, at least. I think even to about TENSHI, I would say let's go straight to TENSHI, because this is the completely new token about it. About KISHU, you already know. This looks to me like it will grow in a very soon way. And now having a look about TENSHI. So like you see, this project is currently some days old. So it started on the 15th of July, so 5 days at least. Now it looks like it's a really good bottomed. Why do I think so? Because like you see, a day ago it already touched this and reflected pretty fast. Now in the last hour it also had some strong candle that shows that it will not dip below. Right now it looks like it's a very good one. It looks like it's a very good one, and it will be able to gain very nicely. This is a very new project. Look at their holders. You know, this is a KISHU project token. The possibility that this ones will gain very massively in the next couple of days so far is definitely theirs. I think the gain potential of a 10-time coin is 10x at least. A GAM so far, let's say, and massive gains is definitely there. I hopped on kindly around this point, so yesterday around here. At first I thought I missed the enter point, but it took the walk down, and it's waiting for some very nice movements. Yeah, well, of course, I'm not in profit for the moment, but that's nothing bad. I think this will recover, and when it's recovering, it will be pretty massive. And for the moment, I'm not really have the time to be very active like this to know, okay, well, now it starts to gain, I hop on. I'm in. I think I've got a very cheap point of enter. If you're investing now, this is the more cheap enter. So I think the gain potential to a 10 times from now is definitely there. And when the FOMO starts to pumping, it will be very easy on the top out there. So keep in mind, this project is looking very trustful so far. Like you know, like you see, the high fee possibility up to 100%, for example, is there. But you only need to have a look when you buy or sell. So there is nothing bad about it, at least. Have a look about the white paper so you will understand it a little bit more what's happening around there. I think the gain will be very soon pretty high. And now I would say the last one. So about this project, like you see, you don't really need to be a very much experienced person to see that this one is for very active trading. Definitely one of the best coins at the moment, or at the last couple of days. So let's say week. For the last 7 days, it was very nice to be very active on the trade around it, because the dips were massively and the peak outs were even too very massively, and it's all over. And If you were one of these lucky guys who got the bottom below the $40, I would say you should stay. This should be not very active traded, because the possibility that it really will dip below this point is not really high. So the chance that these ones will go right below the $50 is definitely high. Of course, this is it. It will not dip below the $40, I think. So it will stay around the range of $40-$50. I think even now it's not a bad point of enter, but I will wait. I got the chance to hop in kindly a little bit above the $50, and I went out around the $92. So now I'm waiting for my next chance, because I really like this project, and like you maybe know, if you watched the last couple of episodes, you already know that in my opinion this project will be end of this year at least $1,000 each coin. So the gains are clear. So even too from now on it will be close to a 20 times, at least not 20 times, so 17 or 18 times. This is something I would be really fine with it. But like I told, I'm waiting for the dip around the $50. I will buy it and will wait for the next big pump, because if it will keeps going further like it already is doing, so this massively movements, it will be very nice for active trading, because you can do pretty much profits around one day. This is very nice, but at least if you, like I told, got the dip, stay in, and I think you will be able to get some pretty high profits. It's more safe as to be very active and maybe lose with this point, because it's not easy to be a very active trader. This is something that needs to be told. Why it needs to be? Because I know many people, they tried to be very active in trading and they made a loss from time to time, especially in crypto space. You don't know about the fee before, and you should not forget that you have to pay the fee. If you're making profit $2 each coin and you pay, I don't know, on 100 coins you made the $2, but you pay a gas fee around $100-$200, your profit will be not that nice as you thought before. Calculate this is pretty matter, and I heard many times that they didn't thought about it before. This is a pretty bad thing if you do so. So keep in mind, profits minus gas fee is real profits, and at least you need to pay the tax. So each country its own. Of course, everyone is happy with taking profits, but it should be really profit at least. So now I would say let's go to our Twitter account. At the end of this episode, I will tell you exactly what about I did invest and what I am watching for points of enter at least, and why do I so. For now, like you see, some updates already happened. My opinion, sometimes I post something about my opinion, and I really think the moon call is really right about the bull cycle, but keep in mind, a real cycle, it's 4 years at least, and in 4 years 1 month is kindly nothing. So a cycle is working in bigger values. This means a price range from 20k to 30k at this point is just an accumulation. Keep this in mind. This coin, Bitcoin kindly, already were above the $60,000. So it's only accumulation, and most people already telling it will go to 100k. So the biggest movement, if it goes in the range for the next 4 weeks or 6 weeks maybe, between 20k and 30k, are only 10% walk of the whole price range it is end of the year if it really goes to the 100k. So only 10% accumulation is this. This is nothing bad. So don't feel stressed. If it really happens that it goes to the 100k, this will look kindly like nothing in the next couple of years. Keep this in mind. This is something it can be. So now up to my opinion about today's episode. First of all, I wanted to show you how bad or how good the whole market is really working for the moment. We're in a cycle, like I already told. It takes more than a month to see a cycle, and we're working in 4-year cycles. So keep in mind, we're maybe to the end, but we're not at the end. So the end should be around next year. So there is a lot of time between. This is an accumulation in my opinion, and it will go down a little bit more so far. 25k is my point, what I'm thinking Bitcoin will go. Now I would say let's talking about the projects that I showed you in DEXT tools. I'm invested in BIDAO because I really think it's a long time hold, and for now this is a perfect dip to buy in my opinion. That's the reason why I'm in and why I load up my bag about it. So this should be my early retirement at least, and I think in the next 5 to 10 years it will definitely be around the $5. If this really gets adapted and mainnet is this year out, of course this will happen. That's nothing sure, everything can be, but if it's happening, it will be around the $5 in the next 5 to 10 years. So HODL is to me about the gas fees and the reflected and the reward and so on. It's very interesting and it's performing pretty well. It looks like it's an organical growth project. That's what it absolutely called, HODL. And this is very nice. This is something that I really think it's very trustful, and it even not did pump for now. So I think it will happen in a very soon or very short term. So keep in mind, this looks very strong to me. KISHU is absolutely flat. It's at the bottom. It's at the crazy bottom for now. I think the chance to gain there massively if they really get everything adapted and really do everything they're telling. They're still on the work with TENSHI. They already showed that they're really hard working in the background. So this is pretty strong. It has some potential of massive gains. TENSHI is right next to KISHU. It's the second coin of the project, so this tells everything. It looks very good, it looks very trustful, it looks pretty strong. I think it will start to pump before KISHU will do. In the next 2 weeks, I think I will hop on again in KISHU. We'll hold at least TENSHI and KISHU. TENSHI will be the little bag, and KISHU will be at least the big bag. And the last one's coin, the million. This one has something equal to Bitcoin. The potential is massively, in my opinion. I think it will dip around $50 in the next couple of days. I will buy the dip definitely because I think it looks so strong. At least it already showed what it's able to do in just no time, in just like 3 days, so let's say. And don't miss out these chances. I think this one will hit at the end of the year. It will be about $1,000, and that's why I think it will be a very good idea to hop on around the $50 range. We'll see if it looks for a double pattern around, or if it will go further down. But I think everything below $100 is definitely a good buy-in for the moment. We'll see if it's really happening. You have this video to look into the past after the next couple of months. Okay, that was my opinion about the projects of today's episode, about the whole cryptocurrency, about Bitcoin. Hope you got some information about it. You took the look from the opposite, like I do as often as I can, and I think the possibility of very nice gains is definitely there. We'll have a look what the rest of the year will bring us. I will keep you updated, even too if I change something about my strategy. Customization is definitely one of the main things that you really need to accept. It's very hard to say, okay, this is my strategy and I will change some points. That's more hard to accept that you did some failing and some analyze at your early stages when you start the strategy. I understand that, but it's much easier to accept if there was something failed and to change the strategy. That's more important than everything else. We're all in a constantly learning movement, so you will never know exactly what will happen in the future. We don't have a class fear, so to do some customization is definitely the best way you can do trading. And if even too, there will be some new projects which, with some higher possibility of some massive increase, and why shouldn't you change to these ones if it's happening? Okay, of course, hope you got the information you needed. If you need something for your research, you will find everything that I used into the description. Enjoy your day.